Welcome back. My name is Aaron.
My name is Colin.
And this is
the Sports Hive Show.
Woo! All right, dude. We got a lot of sports to talk about.
Indeed, we do.
Did you know that the Cardinals have a plus 40,000 to win the Super Bowl next year? That's what's up.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
There is a chance, man.
They're projected to go like 1-16, but you could go 17-0. You never know.
I do know, though.
You could go 21-0.
I'm betting $1 we go 0-17. Just after because of the Myles Garrett trade.
Bet.
$1.
Yes.
17.
I can't wait till you win that first game against the Rams.
Wouldn't that be
you
crazy?
give me $1.
Wouldn't that be crazy? But no, the biggest talk right now, I know, is the NBA Finals, but the Myles Garrett trade. Going from Cleveland to L.A. Who did the Browns get?
Jared Verse, a first-round pick for this next draft, a second and a third, I believe, for 27. I don't know. I can't remember if the third was 28. Okay, so the first is in 27.
Yeah, I think so.
And then the second and third, I think, are in 28. But the third could be in 29. I can't remember. But either way, it's very good for both teams. I guess if you're the Browns and you're trying to build up, but it's just a matter of if Verse actually stays for the long haul. He's like 25, 26.
I know, he's young. He was only with the Rams for a few years.
Like 3, maybe.
And wasn't he a first-round pick for the Rams?
I believe so. Let me check it. But, I mean, obviously, the only other person that could compare it to Myles Garrett in the NFL right now would be like Micah Parsons and Max Crosby. That would be like the only two other people I could think. Yeah.
Those are the 3 top dogs, in my opinion. But now L.A., obviously they were Super Bowl contenders and favorites for last year.
And heading into this year, they're plus 800, I think, to win.
Yeah. Is that after?
They're plus 600 or 650, which, so only getting Myles Garrett and losing Jared Verse added 150-point favor to them. And they were already ahead of the Rams, the Bills, and the Seahawks, which are and the Chiefs, I think, which are like the top 5, which doesn't make any sense to me. The Ravens didn't make the playoffs last year. They still have Lamar and they still have Henry, whatever. But they lost Harbaugh and they lost a lot of people. The Chiefs weren't good last year whatsoever, and the Bills are relatively the same other than losing Joey Bosa and Von Miller and gaining DJ Moore. There's not much of a change other than that in itself. I mean, unless there's other people that they got or lost that I can't think of right now. But, I mean, 1 and 2 should be Rams and Seahawks.
For sure.
And I would only say the Rams over the Seahawks because the Seahawks lost a lot of key starters.
They did.
But you still won the Super Bowl, and your offense is still intact other than Kenneth Walker. Like, you still have Kupp, you still have JSN, you still have Darnold.
And they picked up that running back with the last pick of the first round, Dameon Pierce, Jeremiah Love's backup from Notre Dame. Dude's a stud.
Now there's 2 Dameon Pierces because there's one on the Texans. Correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully spelled differently.
Yeah, but no, Seattle's looking good because he's no scrub. He went 32nd. But what?
Verse was first round 19th pick 2024, so 2 seasons.
Holy crap. So it's essentially Myles Garrett for 2 first-rounders.
2 first-rounders, a second and a third, yeah.
Is that a good haul for the Browns?
I think so. I mean, if you're trying to build for the future, I guess, and then you have a first-round draft pick from the Rams, which is going to be pretty high, as in pick like 30, 31, 32 if they win the Super Bowl, and your own first-round draft pick. So if you don't like the 5,000 quarterbacks you have in your roster, you can draft one this next season.
Way the Rams do that.
Not the Rams, the Browns.
The Browns, yeah.
The Rams have Stafford and Ty Simpson. They'll be fine. And Bennett, I think, is still there for the third string. But you still have Shadur, Watson, who's apparently been playing the best in their OTAs. Dylan Gabriel, and Kenny Pickett. He's still there, right?
I think he is there.
So you have 4 people. I mean, No more Nick Chubb because he's been on Texans. So you have Dylan, Samson, Jerry Judy, and Joku's not there anymore. He's on the Chargers.
Safe to say the Browns probably aren't doing anything this year as well.
It's safe to say that if your team is playing against the Browns or the Cardinals, you pick up their defensive fantasy.
I'm trying to gain the perspective as a Cleveland Browns organization why you would let Myles Garrett go after giving him a guaranteed contract of $122 million.
Well, that's why you wait until the June 1st date, so then you don't owe him that much anymore. So then the Rams also owe him the rest of it.
Of that contract? What was the rest of that contract? Do you know? Because I know
it was like a 4-year, $145 million deal, I think, something like that, and that was last season.
And the guaranteed was 122. I know that.
Yeah, something
Massive.
Crazy.
Yeah. So now the Rams have Myles Garrett coming off the edge on an already stacked NFC West team. The Rams, the Seahawks, the Niners, and then you got the Cardinals.
So this is the Rams' starting defense so far, without Aaron Donald coming back. Edge, Myles.
Not confirmed yet, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
He probably will. Edge, Myles Garrett. Inside defensive lineman, Kobe Turner. The other one, Poona Ford. Then Braden Fisk, who was a first-round draft pick or second, I believe, this last season, who's a stud. Byron Young, and then Trent McDuffie, who they traded for from the Chiefs. Jalen Watson, who they signed. Quentin Lake, who they kept. Cameron Kitchens, who they kept. Cam Curl, who they kept. So you have either the number one person at that position or top 5.
Insane. Because then you have your offense, which if your offense stays intact and Puka isn't embarrassing the team and he can get his off-field shenanigans handled. And then I know you have an aging Devontae Adams, but he can still ball.
Led the league in touchdowns.
Right. There's no reason why we can't just... They're going to win. And then if you throw in Aaron...
Who's 35.
35, and he's still built like an NFL player. He needs to figure out if that fire's still there. If he comes back to the Rams, bro, I don't care what any other team does in the league. LA, as long as they can make the playoffs, they're winning.
Like I wanted to go to the Packers and Rams game in Los Angeles, like the day before Thanksgiving, which I still might because it'd be cool, especially if Donald is back. So you see Donald and Garrett, and then obviously the Packers for my team. So
you can't double team both players.
No,
you have to pick and choose on who you're going to double team each player.
No, yeah, and no offensive line is stout enough to block those two, no matter what. In history, it probably best duo ever.
100%. And I don't see how Aaron can deny not coming back. He would get a huge payday. Huge. Even if he came back for 2 years, that would still be a gigantic contract for him. So he's making money, probably going to win a Super Bowl in those 2 years, guaranteed. As long as everybody stays healthy, nobody breaks anything. The LA Rams and LA sports will just run the course because the Dodgers are going to win in that World Series this year.
170 tonight.
Yep, whatever.
Yep.
That's a given. That's a given. And then you have the LA Rams that are going to win. The LA Chargers are going to do crap because they never do. They always choke. But that would be insane to see, right? Insane to watch. Both those guys. Like, oh my gosh. The money that the NFL would make off of Aaron coming back is insane.
I know. I may want to buy the tickets now before he comes back.
I would. What do you think the percentage is of him coming back?
No, it's got to be like at least like 65, 35. 65 he comes back, 35 he doesn't, because he's
intrigued.
Oh yeah, he was slinging around like 150-pound dumbbells just for
each.
Yeah, that's dumbbells, not barbell. But so he was just doing that, and then he's doing it on the bench, and then he stood up and he was doing shoulder press. So then 35 years old and he's ready. He just did like 10 and then stood up and then did 10. So
I think what Pat McAfee on his show mentioned that he had a conversation with Aaron because he texted him. What was the context of that text?
It was a past teammate that the Rams. Oh, Michael Brockers
Yeah.
was on McAfee or texted Pat and told them that he was talking to Aaron. I guess that he was, like intrigued or close to coming back. Yada yada yada. I would be more surprised if he did not come back, as opposed to staying retired.
Right. I mean, because him and Sean McVay are boys still, obviously.
Yeah, McVay texts him like every offseason.
Right. And his team's still intact from when he left, really,
For the most part.
for the most part. And then you get to play alongside Myles Garrett, which you know is going to open the floodgates to beating the sack record. One of them will end up beating the sack record if that were the case.
Well, yeah, Miles already has it, so then...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of them would end up breaking it. That would be the two best edge rushers ever to play the game together. Is amazing because they're both Hall of Famers anyways.
Well, yeah, Donald, he had always said that he only wanted to play 8 years, which he did, and then he won that Super Bowl in his 8th year. He's been retired since. It's been 5 years since he played.
It's already been that long.
Yeah, since the Rams won, that's when he left.
That's crazy. But no, that's insane. So you have the reigning MVP on your team, and now you have the Defensive Player of the Year on your team.
And the guy that led the league in receptions in Puka. And then the guy that led the league in touchdown receptions, which is Devontae.
Right. So thinking of all the other NFL teams, who could beat that squad right now? No teams coming to my mind.
No, not any that made the playoffs. The Chiefs can't. Bills can't. Ravens can't. Steelers can't. Bengals can't. Packers on their best day, all healthy, probably can't. The Cardinals can't. Cowboys can't. The Skins can't. Eagles can't. Niners can't. Chargers can't. AFC can't. Raiders, nobody.
That's what I'm
Broncos,
saying.
Bucks.
Because all those teams, every single team, every offseason or even during the season, they're always looking for that one person that's going to make or break the team kind of thing, right? Looking for that final puzzle piece to get them over the hump to win the Super Bowl. Aaron, I think, would be that piece. Even with Myles Garrett right now, there's still a very high chance that they win. But if Aaron comes back,
That's
a
gonna
given.
say. So it's already probably gonna be a Rams in whoever Super Bowl, which is what it should be.
Right. On paper, right?
On paper, yeah, if everybody stays healthy. But Donald coming back would be just more of a for funsies kind of thing, and like for
the Rams,
like for the fans, and like what could happen,
Right.
and just to see how Myles and Donald work together with Byron Young and Fisk in the middle and Turner. So you have those five on the defensive side of the ball. Fisk, Turner, and Young are already three really good defensive players.
Yeah.
And then you add Myles and Donald on either side. And then you have McDuffie and Watson and Lake and Curl, who are all McDuffie's top 5. Lake, when healthy, top 10. Curl, when healthy, also top 10 probably. And then Watson, starter caliber type player. So the defensive side of the ball is young and healthy.
Yeah.
Like Myles in his 30s, Donald would come back 35. The issue would be, we talked about this the other day, the main issue is if Stafford were to get hurt.
Wrap.
Yeah. No,
It's either a wrap going championship way or a wrap of they're not going anywhere if Matt Stafford were to get hurt.
Yeah, because Ty Simpson's not going to lead that team to a Super Bowl. Neither is Bennett.
Nope.
And whoever else they can pick up off of free agency or a trade, it's not going to happen. The only other team that I could see trading away a quarterback would be the Browns, because they have a lot. The Steelers, if at that point in time weren't winning nothing, they trade away Rodgers to the Rams to see what they could do. That's all I got.
Yeah, there's no really other choices.
Yeah, I mean, because Rodgers is, I would say Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, but Russell just retired the other day, and Jameis is still on the Giants, I believe. So you're not going to get a young guy to replace Stafford. You're going to get another old guy. And the only other old guy left
It's the oldest guy of them all.
is Rodgers. Yeah, so
Father Time himself.
yes. if Stafford were to get
Ball
hurt.
of father time.
Yeah, he is.
Meow.
Yeah, he got a crazy buzz cut now. So, but the Steelers probably going to win their division now.
You know what I think is also funny? Is why are the Ravens always so high on the list of teams that are just like, this team's going to do good, you know, like top 10? Why?
Yeah.
Is it because of Lamar and Henry and that's it? Because they're a mediocre team.
Oh, it's not just Henry because Henry's been on the team for what, like 2 years now?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
I believe. Yeah, so I think this might be his third. Lamar's been there since 2018, so 8 seasons.
He hasn't done anything relevant.
He's won
It's like really.
unanimous MVP.
I guess that's true.
And then another MVP on top of that. So he has 2, and then he's had a Pro Bowl every year that he started, I believe. Led the league in rushing yards for a quarterback. But, I mean, as good as Lamar is,
They haven't really done anything. He has accolades, obviously, but
well, yeah, he has his personal accolades. I don't, as a team, just because they lost a lot of key pieces, including their coach. And like I know Shannon's going to say that she didn't like Harbaugh, but Harbaugh won the Super Bowl back in 2012, so he's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's always had above 500 record for the most part since he's been there.
Yep.
So now he's gone off on the Giants, as are like 3 or 4 past
Coaches,
Ravens
yeah.
players. And I don't, from my memory, the Ravens haven't really brought anybody in except for Trent Hendrickson, which could be the moving piece as to why the Ravens are like the third favorite or
Maybe.
second, wherever they were. But like, I don't know. I feel like the NFL always has their favorites for some reason because the Chiefs lost a lot more players than the Ravens did this offseason. So that I feel like that's the only reason why the Ravens are above the Chiefs at this point in time, because the Chiefs are 5, the Bills are 4. No, the Seahawks are 4. Then it's the Bills at 3, then the Ravens at 2, I think. Right?
I didn't see the list.
I can't remember. I looked it up. It was, or either I looked it up or it was the one that you sent us.
Was it the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year?
Yes.
Because I think it was the Rams Seahawks at the top of that list.
I saw another list where Seahawks was like number 4 or something like that.
And the Chiefs are always going to be up there because of Patrick Mahomes.
Correct.
Because he's already going to be in the Hall of Fame for the career that he's had.
Here it is. Yeah. So the Rams are plus 600, then the Bills at plus 1,000, then the Ravens at plus 1,000,
Interesting.
the Seahawks at plus 1,100, and then the Chiefs at plus 1,500. So the top 5
Interesting.
is what I've been saying.
Who did the Chiefs have at running back? Is it Kenneth Walker?
Yes. Yeah,
That's what they
K9
picked up.
as a starter. Yeah, they lost Pacheco.
Right.
Kareem Hunt, I think, is technically a free agent, but he'll probably go back.
And who did the Chiefs pick up in the draft? Because they had 1 or 2 high picks. Let me look that up real quick. NFL draft order for the 2026 season. Either the Chiefs.
LSU cornerback Mansour Delane and Clemson defensive tackle Peter Woods in the first round for the Chiefs. So
That's right.
they traded up with
To
the
get their
Vikings to get Delane.
From
and
LSU. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's right.
defensive tackle Peter Woods with their own pick.
Yep.
And then a edge, DB, RB, wide receiver, QB.
We're going to replace Patrick Mahomes with a 7th round QB pick.
No, it's Justin Fields.
Well, insane what the Rams may do and what Aaron could possibly do for that team. Because that'll shake the NFL up if he does return.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, no, they will go from plus 600 odds to probably plus 350.
300, yeah. Easy. All right. Oh, we got, since we're on the NFL still, OBJ back to the Giants.
Indeed.
You
I
think
like it.
So do I. Do you think he plays a full season or no?
For nostalgia. Maybe he's healthy right now, and then he goes into... He can't play preseason. You cannot risk it. So as long as he just gets the OTAs in, then he's fine. Then he'll be like wide receiver 3, technically, behind Neighbors and Slayton.
Does Neighbors come back week 1? Because he got hurt week 3 or 4, right?
I don't think so, because anybody that tore their ACL or meniscus or
Anything like that.
whatever like that, yeah, isn't gonna. If it was in the middle of the season, ain't coming back at the beginning. Whether it was Scadaboo or Neighbors or Parsons or there's another big name.
Kraft.
Kraft, that's right. But OBJ is still kind of like hurt-ish. I don't remember the last team he played on. He played on, where he been at? He left the Giants the first time, went to the Browns with Jarvis Landry. Then he went to the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Waddle.
Phone's loading. I got some bad Wi-Fi.
Ravens as well for a little bit. I think that's it. Ravens, Dolphins, Browns, Giants.
Boom, 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 boom. Giants, Browns, Rams, Ravens, Dolphins.
Rams.
The Rams.
Oh, wow.
When they in their Super Bowl.
Yeah, when his injury stuff started to happen.
Yeah.
Because he's about to win Super Bowl MVP.
That's right. Yeah.
Because he was going crazy in that first half, and then he got hurt.
That's right. And then A.J. Brown, what the whole NFL world already knew, went to the Patriots.
To go back with Mike Vrabel.
Do you think the Patriots do anything this year?
I don't think so. I don't really...
Do you think they get back to the Super Bowl with A.J. Brown and Drake May?
No. Them getting there in the first place was...
A fluke?
Fluke-y. Because,
they also got Dobbs.
Yeah, but, I mean... You have Brown, you have Romeo Dobbs, you have Matt Collins, Hunter Henry... Then Ramondre Stevenson, then Trevion Henderson.
They got a solid offense.
Drake May. Yeah, the offense is fine. I mean, but it depends on what their schedule is. If they have to play with harder people or harder teams. I'm not too high on the Patriots. I wasn't even last year.
Right, nobody was.
So, it's tough to pick a team out of the AFC side that's not named like the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Ravens.
Right.
Because those... Micah Parsons said it in an interview, I think today or yesterday, that basically he said NFC was a bloodbath, and then AFC was the same teams every single year. So
it was they have some sharks on the AFC side, but the NFC side is shark infested.
Indeed,
yeah.
And then you brought Myles Garrett from the AFC to the NFC.
That's why he said it.
Exactly. Yeah. So when fully healthy, I don't think the Patriots get past the Bengals, the Bills, the Chiefs, or the Ravens. So, because Drake May is the worst quarterback out of those five, as in Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar, and Allen.
Do the Bengals do anything this year in that division?
Hopefully. I'm sick of them being doo-doo.
I know.
I like those guys. Sorry, Shannon. But
no, I like Joe Burrow. I like Chase.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown.
Yeah, all their careers are getting wasted, I think.
Yeah. So I mean,
along with the Ravens, along with Lamar Jackson's career.
Yeah,
he'll probably end up being a Hall of Famer at the end of the day, but nobody just wants to do that.
Maybe
right, and he won't be first ballot if he keeps going on the trajectory he's going. Both of them.
Yeah, he ain't first. Yeah, nobody on that side is first ballot except for probably Mahomes.
Easy.
On the AFC side, nobody playing right now is first ballot, quarterback-wise.
Besides Rodgers.
Touche. Yeah.
If he's not first ballot, then there's a problem.
Well, yeah. Well, Belichick wasn't, so.
That's a true story. That's a true story. All right, well, let's end with the NBA Finals. So, what's that matchup?
The New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs.
No OKC.
Indeed.
So everybody could just root for a good series. The ones outside of
Texas
and New York with their fan base. Everybody else who loves to watch basketball and follow basketball, we can actually be neutral and just have a good series instead of rooting for the Knicks. Nobody else was going to root for OKC.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks are up 1-0 now. They just won by 10, I believe, tonight.
105-95 in San Antonio.
Yeah, they went on an 11-0 run to end the game, and they were down by 9. Or not down by 9. They were down by 1, and then won by 10, and then had the 11-0 run.
Yeah, it was crazy because the Spurs were actually up by 14 at one point.
In the second half, yes.
In the second half. And then the Knicks went 4 minutes without scoring anything, and that's when the Spurs went on their 9-0 run. And then they just switched gears, dude, and took over that game. Really, Brunson did. And then Ojanobi. I think that's how you say his last name?
OG Anunoby.
OG Anunoby. That's so cool. That's a cool
Yeah,
name.
his name's crazy. His real name, that's the shortened version, but it's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's just his last name.
Well, yeah, I think somebody asked him what his first name was.
He didn't pronounce it, I'm sure.
No, he pronounced it, but I don't remember what it was. But I'll look it up. Continue.
But he had two or three threes that got them in the groove of just getting the tone set, and then Jalen Brunson just took it over.
So it's like Oguwa. Ogugua.
Goo Gaga.
Pretty much. Anunoby Jr., British professional basketball player.
That's British.
He is British. You don't look British.
His name don't look British.
No. But yeah, he's always been a study. I mean, he was on the Raptors for a while. I think he was either part of that Raptors team with Kawhi that won it all, or he came to the Raptors the year after, because the Raptors won it in 2009.
With Siakam, Leonard.
There you go. Yeah, no, he was.
He was part of that team?
Yeah, 2017, 2023. A first-round pick, 23rd overall.
So he'll be going for his second ring.
Indeed.
That's cool.
Trying to think of it if there's anybody else on that team.
I was going for their second.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is. Cat's going for his first. Jalen's going for his first. Josh Hart's going for his first.
Bridges going for his first.
Yeah.
Clarkson going for his first. Mitchell Robinson going for his first. Alvarado going for his first.
I don't know if there is. I think he might be it. Mikal has obviously finals experience. Besides those two, I don't think anybody else has played in the finals before.
No.
But they played in big games, obviously, with Villanova, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges winning the Natties over in Villanova. So they got the experience of playing in big games. But what's crazy is they won 12 playoff games in a row.
Indeed. 7 on the road.
Which is insane. So do the Spurs even have a chance? Like, do the Knicks end up winning the next 3? Because they have one more in San Antonio, and they need to go back to New York for 2. Do they sweep? Nobody wants to sweep.
I hope not. At least winning
Right.
6.
Something.
Yeah, nothing that's 4-0.
Wouldn't that be crazy if the Knicks end up winning 3 straight now?
I mean, I feel like, and then the Knicks had a hell of time off.
Right.
Because,
Almost a full week.
yeah, if they would
If they were to sweep, does that end up being the best team to ever run the playoffs?
statistically, yeah. So the last team to win 8 road games, I believe, in the playoffs was the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. So if the Knicks were to win on Friday, then they tie that team, and that was like part of the three-peat team.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's ever been a team, there probably has, I can't remember, back in like probably like the 50s, 60s, and 70s, who's swept like all of their competition like the whole way. But granted, the Knicks lost to the Hawks twice
in the first round.
They were down. No, I think they were down 2-1, or was I think it bounced
in that series
like
against the Hawks?
1-1, 2-1, 2-2, because that math would check out to where the series was tied 2-2, and the Hawks won Game 4, and the Knicks finished it out in Game 5 and Game 6, and then swept the Sixers, then swept the Celtics. So that's...
And those are not scrub of a team. They're the hard teams to beat. They're not.
Indeed. Yeah.
They're not just scrubs like the Hawks. Like the Hawks, you can argue kind of just that team that barely made it in. But then you get the Celtics and the Sixers.
The Sixers went healthy, yeah, with Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. And yeah. The Celtics, that math might have been a little bit off.
Yeah, so game 1, the Knicks won 113-102 against the Hawks. Game 2, the Hawks beat the Knicks by 107-106. And then won again. The Hawks won again by 109-108 game 3. So their 2 losses were literally by 1 point.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then the Knicks won game 4 5 and 6.
Yep.
114 to 98. 126 to 97. And then your ass whooping of 140 to 89. Yeah. Which they gave many ass whoopings so far in all series. To all three teams that they played to get to the finals. And so if they sweep the Spurs, which the Spurs are going to be a hard team to sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Spurs can probably get like...
Hopefully it's a Game 7 series. Because that's what everybody wants when it comes to NBA Finals.
Well, ideally, yeah. Right. I mean, I would hope that there is some competition. The Spurs can't just take it laying down. The Spurs had it one tonight.
Oh, they did, 100%.
And they just
let it go,
gave it up. But I mean, the Knicks have home court advantage now.
Yep, exactly.
So the Spurs need to win the next 2 games in a row. Which, I mean, they played down before. They were down 3-2 versus the Thunder and then won 2 in a row.
Yep.
So if they could do that again, I don't really have a dog in the fight. But, I mean, it would be kind of cool. You have a former Sun on the Knicks, and there's 2 former Lakers, and that's Jordan Clarkson and Josh Hart.
Yeah.
And they don't have any rings. And they both played with Kobe before Kobe left. At least Clarkson did. Because he was Kobe's last assist before Kobe retired. Cool. So it's pretty much the young guns versus the old guys,
right?
Except for Harrison Barnes and De'Aaron Fox on this side of the Spurs. But everybody else on the Knicks has been around, been experienced, old.
So let me ask you this: if the Knicks don't win, do they get back at all, or is it if they do win, is it the start of a little dynasty for them? Because they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, but lost. So they got back to where they needed to get to.
Lost to the Pacers and Hallie.
You're right.
But that was a crazy finals run for the Pacers.
Right.
Pacers would have won, by the way.
Yeah,
if Halliburton didn't get hurt.
In the first 4 minutes
7. Yeah.
Yep.
Which in the OKC dynasty would have never happened.
Right.
And it wouldn't even be a thing right now. But I don't know... I mean, if the Knicks stayed together, who would be able to beat them? Obviously, the Sixers can't. The Celtics can't. The Hawks can't. The Heat ain't going to do it. Magic, no.
I don't think there's anybody on the East that can compete with them right now if they were to stay together and stay healthy. Because obviously they got back to exactly to where they needed to be, plus more. Plus, doing what they did in the playoffs, losing only 2 games to the Hawks by 1 point each.
Yeah, their 2 losses is 2 points. I think they could. The Spurs, however, it feels like always in football and basketball, the West side is always the hardest.
Right.
Because
it's true.
The Western Conference in the NBA is nuts
Stacked.
As opposed to the East side, because then you don't know what the Rockets are going to do. You don't know what the Lakers are going to do. You don't know how the Thunder are going to stay together. Then, I mean, those were the last 4 teams in it. Other than Spurs.
Timberwolves, too.
Timberwolves, yes. I'm just blanking on everybody else.
The Suns like to be a threat but not do anything.
Yeah, Warriors.
Yeah.
Whoever they pick up.
The Cavs. All the Cavs are on the East. The Cavs might be the only team, but they also just got destroyed.
No, the Cavs just got swept by the Knicks. So the Cavs have no competition. I mean, unless Braun goes back there, but we'll see. But, I mean, the Knicks... in theory, whether they win or lose, should represent the East again next year. The West side could be the Thunder again. I throw up. The Spurs again. Lakers, hopefully. Rockets, if they keep their team intact. And KD's not a bitch.
No, we all know KD is a bitch, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a given.
Timberwolves, if they do something different other than just having Edwards. Grizzlies if they get healthy.
So with all this being said, does Wemby get back to the finals? Is this his only shot?
No, the Spurs have a good thing going for him. So Wemby's younger than I. So he's like
10 years younger than me. He's 22.
22. How about that? Yeah, so he's 5 years younger than me. So I mean, as long as the Spurs have the young core that is like Castle and Harper and Wemby with like the people that they need around them, like vets and stuff, There was talk about the Spurs trading De'Aaron Fox, but I wouldn't, just because of they were talking about trading just because Castle's a very good player and he's probably going to start next season, and then Fox go to the bench. But I still wouldn't trade Fox.
No, the veteran mind is skills.
Nor Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes been around a lot of championship teams and a lot of good vets. But, I mean, I see no reason as to why this couldn't be a Spurs and Knicks season again. Series again next year, yeah.
Could happen. It's just cool to think of the what ifs, what could happen. Because obviously the Spurs and the Knicks haven't figured it out, right? And just hopefully they can get past certain teams. And there's other teams out there that are trying to figure it out, trying to make playoffs, trying to get past the first round of playoffs, trying to stay healthy in the playoffs, which was the Lakers' issue.
Oh, yeah, the Spurs and the Knicks figured it out kind of differently, though. The Spurs is mainly all drafted.
Yeah.
And the Knicks is all trades and free agency. So the people on the Spurs that weren't drafted there that are a part of the team were like Fox, Barnes, Cornette, and those like the only people and Plumlee and Biyombo. Yeah. Those are Wembanyama's hitman right there.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
But then other than that, you have Champagny, you have Castle, you have Harper, you have Wemby. So you have the young guys that you drafted, and then the Knicks, you have Brunson, who you signed in free agency away from the Mavericks. You have Cat, which you traded for. You have Hart, which you traded for. Yep. You have Onunobi, which you signed. You have Clarkson, which you signed. You have...
Didn't they trade for Alvarado?
Alvarado, who you traded for.
He's a quick little bugger.
He is. He is.
So two different championship-style teams built.
Yeah, but they're both working, which it's weird because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But it's working in the Knicks' favor to do it that way. It's working in the Spurs' favor to do it this way. So it's just a matter of... So far, it's working on the signing and trading side since they're up 1-0 right now, as opposed to just drafting. But when the Thunder won it last year, that was just all strictly draft capital, except for Caruso and like a few other dickwads on that team. But then if Halliburton didn't get hurt, the Pacers would have won that whole series 100%. And then, I don't know, sometimes championships can be bought, sometimes they can't.
We all know it goes both ways.
So
we all know that championships can be bought. And the MLB, the NFL, like, obviously, if Aaron comes in, the Rams has probably just bought themselves a championship.
Oh, yeah, only if Stafford got hurt. But that's still buying themselves a championship because
Dodgers.
With the Rams, they brought in Devontae, they brought in Stafford, and they brought in Myles. So then those three, that's a bought championship. That's not homegrown and drafted.
Right. The Spurs. So you're saying the Spurs is the homegrown one, and the Knicks is the bought one, all for trades and signings.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. But that's last question before we wrap it up, because we could talk about this all night.
Mm-hmm.
If the Knicks do end up sweeping the Spurs in the finals, do they become history? One of the best finals teams to ever play the game? Better than the Warriors when they went 72 and
73-9 in the regular season, but then they also blew the 3-1 lead to LeBron and the Cavs.
That's right, that same season.
So that 73-9 season doesn't really matter if you didn't win the whole finals. It's kind of like the 16-0 Dolphins when they didn't win the Super Bowl,
right?
Or the Patriots when they lost to the Giants and Eli Manning. The Knicks would by that time win. What did I say? 8 road games in a row. It was 7 tonight, and then it'd be 8.
8 tomorrow or on Friday if they
8
win.
On Friday, and then 2 more on Monday Monday and Wednesday again. At home. So 8 road games in a row in the playoffs, which ties
the record,
which is Kobe and Shaq of the Lakers in the mid 2000s or early 2000s, and then you win 14 in a row, 15 in a row. No, 14, 15. Okay, yeah, no, I'm stupid.
No, it's 15 because 3 more games, they're at 12.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 more games to go. So then you win 15 games in a row, and your only other 2 games you lost were by 1 point each. So you're 2 games away from being undefeated
in the playoffs.
And it's 2 points. And you or tie the record for most playoff games on the road, one in a row.
And you won the cup earlier in the year.
And you won the NBA Cup versus the Spurs. So, statistically and historically, the Knicks would probably be up there in the hierarchy of NBA history.
That's okay. So, yeah, they swept the Sixers and they swept the Cavs. Not the Celtics. The Sixers beat
Cavs,
the Celtics.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the Cavs.
That's right. Yeah. No,
We were talking about an extra team there for a second there. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah, the
I think we
Sixers.
were wrong for a second.
The Sixers beat the Celtics
4-3.
Yeah, in Game 7 because the Celtics blew the 3-1 lead,
Yes.
which was delightful. I can't believe I forgot about that. And Joe Mazzulla still won Coach of the Year, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But yeah, it's gross, which I hate everything Celtics and always will. But that's probably just because of Tatum being out and the Celtics still being first seed. But
We could be witnessing history.
for either side, really,
Yeah, so on the other side, I know we're talking Knicks a lot, but you got the Spurs. You got 22-year-old Victor Wembanyama, who is a generational talent already an elite player, top 5, 10 player in the league.
should have been
now.
MVP if it
Should-
wasn't
easy.
if it wasn't Luka or Jokic. Those are my top 3 right there. Should not have been Shea whatsoever.
Well, no, not SGA, but yeah, Luka should have been number 1, and then Victor, and then the Joker, in my eyes. But then if Victor wins his first title at 22 years old,
Which is what I think Duncan won his
exactly, yep, in 99, that, like,
at. 98.
Do we talk here, potato. Do we talk that he is the Spurs' next Tim Duncan, or can he be better than Tim? At 22 years old, he can be a Patrick Mahomes and go off, or LeBron James and go off and be in every NBA Finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do what LeBron did, and that was what, like 8 or 10 consecutive Finals appearances.
Yeah, it was 10.
It was 10, yeah, and he went
4 and
like
6.
yeah. So ain't nobody gonna do that ever again.
Or does he go to 6 finals and win all 6 finals like MJ?
Well, MJ also got dog walked in the other seasons that he did not make the finals.
Right.
So MJ played like 15 or 16, 17 years and got swept like
A lot of those years.
5 or 6 of those years. So like,
But could we be seeing Victor Wembanyama as the next best player to ever play the game?
if he stays healthy.
Yeah. That's the hard part about tall guys.
Yeah,
Like,
tall, skinny guys. He needs to bulk up.
right? So if he bulks up, like I've been thinking this last year, we could be watching the next Wilt Chamberlain, like type of caliber player.
Well, yeah, Wilt, I don't think had any rings. He just had all them points and all the stats. But Bill Russell had the championships. He had 11. But, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff to think about.
Just bought his jersey off eBay for $40 yesterday.
You did?
I did.
I like it. $40. You can sell it.
Yeah, hopefully it comes in by the end of the series. But I won't wear it if the Knicks win. So
There you go. Got to get a.
a Josh Hart Knicks jersey.
There you go. Oh man, do you want a certain team to win, or are you just
I mean,
vibing for a good series?
I mean, just for a good series. I mean, the Knicks, just because they're all, like I said, all older, and there's just a more of a likelihood because of age that the Spurs will be back and have a better chance to win the championship as opposed to the Knicks, because like Brunson's 29, Cat's like 30, and then Hart and Clarkson and all them other boys, Anunoby, all in their like high 20s, low 30s. So for that aspect, and then the Hart and Clarkson being the Lakers, I'd root for the Knicks. But to see what Wemby could do
With that young core,
with that young core, no MVPs, but a Defensive Player of the Year and a championship at 22.
and those other boys being in their 20s too,
Well, yeah, they all got drafted after Wemby did. So
be amazing. Either
We'll
way,
see.
either of these stories on these teams, amazing,
mhm.
amazing to watch and see unfold. Awesome. Anything else before we wrap up here?
No, sir.
All right. Well, tell us who you think is going to win the NBA Finals, or if you think the Rams are just going to cakewalk through the NFL this year to win another Super Bowl. Let us know. But as always, thank you for listening in and watching as well. If you guys could go ahead and subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, that'd be much appreciated. And if you go ahead and share with your friends and family members on any social media platform, we would love it. But until next time.
Yippee.